Is the new 1.19 Minecraft update a disappointment? For some people, the answer would definitely be yes. And in the past week, I've been seeing definitely a lot of hate towards the Minecraft 1.19 update. Or not necessarily hate, but just unsatisfaction. People are really not happy with this update and feel like there's not very much happening in it. Which, by the way, guys, there is a lot happening in this update. But there are definitely a few explanations towards those feelings, and I'm going to hopefully debunk them all in this video. Now, the first reason I think people are dissatisfied with this update is because they're coming right off of both the 1.16 update and the Caves and Cliffs update, which were both absolutely massive game-changing features. And now I feel like after this, people might be thinking this isn't as big as those, and therefore it's disappointment. They have their expectations set too high, and now they feel disappointed about it. But let me tell you guys, this update is way bigger than you might imagine. Just looking at these ancient cities down here, these are the biggest structure by far that are in the game so far. Most massive thing, and they come with the Warden mob, guys, which is the most detailed, most extravagantly done mob of all time. And this entire place has so much lore packed in behind it, but with all of this and the wool and the Skulk sensors are on this update, Skulk's Catalyst, Skulk Shriekers, all the Skulk family in general, including the Warden, is such a big feature. And you have to remember, guys, that unlike with mods and stuff like that, the Minecraft developers can't just kind of pump these things out really quickly, these updates, because they have to make sure there's zero bugs, or at least as close to zero as they can possibly get, and they have to make sure that they're well-balanced features and that they're not going to make people stop liking Minecraft, because that would be basically the worst thing that could happen to the Minecraft developers. So you have to understand that these things aren't going to come out as fast as maybe you might expect them to if you were making them. But at the same time, you can't really complain because these things are massive. And these are such well done features, you will not find basically anything wrong with the Skulk in general. And the loot, let me tell you guys, the loot of these ancient cities with a new music disc and all kinds of other exciting stuff. A new enchantment also, and just tons of valuable loot in general. These things are absolutely insane. And the Warden is another incredible feature. And this update, just this part of the update alone is just super awesome, especially coming in so close after the 1.18 update. I know it's been almost a year, but I feel like that's not enough time for us to experience the 1.18 update, so it's not actually that bad. Now, why are you feeling disappointed? Well, maybe because you're expecting more and you feel like it should be a bit better, but trust me guys, it is insane. The other reason I believe why people are feeling disappointed with this update is because in Minecraft Live, several things were shown off that weren't actually added in this update, and we were expecting goat horns, we were expecting maybe bundles, and all these things have kind of been canceled, but these are small features, guys, and I think that might be a little bit of an interesting subject to talk about for 1.20, and I will be putting out a video on what will 1.20 be in the very short future, and what I think should be added in there. But do remember, guys, that these things are going to be added eventually. They just were spending so much time on these huge features, like the Deep Dark, that they didn't have time to add in some of the smaller, more fine-touched quality of life features. And you just have to recognize that, like, this update is mainly just the Warden update in itself, and also the Mangrove Swamp update. And I feel like they're going to slowly try to add in all these things that they've been missing, while also bringing in new content and adding some of the really highly requested things. Because you have to remember, you realize the Warden is one of the most highly anticipated parts of Minecraft ever. It's insane how just stinking much people want this content. And now you have it, so do not complain, guys. I think maybe the other reason this update feels sort of like a disappointment is because Mojang has been trying to give himself a break after coming out of both these massive updates, especially with the Cave and Cliffs update, where they were absolutely crunching to get that thing out on time. They've kind of been going a little bit slower and working on a bit more bug fixes, a lot of parity things, maybe taking some easier challenges for this update, because they definitely deserve and need a break after the insanity of 1.17 and 1.18. That was an absolutely crazy sequence of updates, and I think now they're kind of trying to take it slower, and I would love to see another few slow, smaller updates in the future, maybe giving them a break and maybe giving people a little bit of time to enjoy some of the features that have been added in these region updates instead of just always wanting more, because I feel like we have so many cool features that we haven't even started to figure out how they work, and we're already just kind of waiting for the next thing, which, you know, I mean, that's how it is, but I feel like a little bit more patience on the community side would be greatly appreciated by the devs. So in the end, is 1.19 a disappointment? I would say no. I would say I'm very glad that they spent the time to take a little break and add in some of these parity features and take a little bit of time to just kind of chill out and have a good time, help out with the community. Like, there's so much communication that went on this update, like so much communication. It was a really well finished update, and I think I think they really liked that as far as it goes, and I would just say I don't think it's a disappointment at all. I'm really glad that they spent some time on parody features and helping out with the community and maybe some other smaller things that they've got going on. And this update had like so many bug fixes, so many just smaller features that they added and refinements. And the Deep Dark Ancient City is one of the most finished things we've got in an update basically ever. So they did like such a good job adding it. So I am super happy with this. Not that I'm not looking forward to 1.20 at all, because I think it's also going to be a super cool update, but I'm not disappointed at all with this update because I think it is super awesome. I mean, just look at this mangrove swamp biome. Look at it. It's so awesome and so cool, and I just can't wait to see what they add next to the game. So without further ado, guys, thank you for watching. And I know I've been kind of accusatory towards the community in this video, but I don't feel like I'm pointing fingers and saying the community is doing a bad job and being mean to the Mojang employees, because I think they are very appreciative of the community they have. And I just want you guys to realize that they are putting in a lot of work to these updates, and I, for one at least, am super glad with everything they've done. I'm super happy. So without further ado, my name is Bananascraft, and I will see you guys in the next video.